the welfare of millions of people for generations to come may be affected by the wisdom which we here display. If Nigerian leaders and our British partners are to prove themselves worthy of their trust, now is the time for us solemnly and truly to dedicate ourselves to seeking the greatest good of the greatest number of our people in Nigeria. Independence for Nigeria in 1960 is imperative. But independence for Nigeria as a corporate entity is not enough. The peoples of Nigeria must at the same time be guaranteed their freedom. We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the counsel of despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution. If there's any doubt among us as to what should be written into the constitution, let us, as Democrats that we profess ourselves to be, refer such problems, as the Gaulle has done recently, to the people whom we profess to represent, either just before or at the federal elections late in 1959.
Many thanks for joining us on today's edition of Mrning. My name is Dr. Joy Asonye, welcoming you to this beautiful session right here, where we will be discussing strengthening local government, the local government autonomy, and citizens' inclusiveness. We will be talking about very important issues that affect Nigeria's grassroots. Now, local governments are the closest tier of governance to the people, ideally positioned to drive grassroots development and ensure that citizens' needs are directly reflected in policy and project implementation. Yet across Nigeria, the question of local government autonomy remains a recurring concern. Despite constitutional provisions, the reality is that many local governments still operate under the financial and administrative control of state government, thereby limiting their abilities to deliver essential services and respond effectively to local priorities. Equally important is the issue of citizen inclusiveness, especially in project nominations and budgetary decisions. Often projects executed at local government levels do not reflect community needs because the people themselves are rarely consulted. The gap widens mistrust, and this undermines development outcomes. Then comes the young people, the youth, where who are Nigeria's largest demographic. You would expect that they would be factored into some of these policies that would affect them. These vibrant resources are usually disregarded, even though they have the energies, creativity, and drive to transform governance. Their participation in local administration, based on what I had said earlier, remains very minimal. Many are disillusioned, citing lack of access, patronage system, or limited awareness of how government works, especially in grassroots. This conversation we'll be having this morning explores how Nigeria can achieve true local government autonomy, make citizens' engagement a norm rather than an afterthought, and inspire meaningful youth participation in governance and community development. To drive this very important conversation, in the studio is Adeyemi Ademuyiwa, who is the Southwest Regional Coordinator Budget and a Public Affairs Analyst. Many thanks for joining us.
It's my happiness to be here. I'm happy to be here this morning.
Yes, and I'm happy that you're here all the way visiting Abuja. How was your trip here? And how are you enjoying Abuja?
Great. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm enjoying myself here. I'm okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the crux of the matter before we go on a very short break. I'd just like you to give us an overview. Unfortunately, local government autonomy should be as it is. However, the meaning to it's becoming relatable. The governors have a certain response to what local government autonomy means to them. The people have a different idea.
Yes.
Even the local government administration has a different idea. But for you, what does it mean?
I think if you look at when we're talking about development, every development starts from the grassroots.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why a more concentration or priority has to be given to the grassroots. And the problem that creates the issue of, because like we said, we don't have local government autonomy, what we have is local government administration. Is that in Nigeria, I think it's because most of the local government executive or local government chairman, they are not elected, they are selected. If they are elected, things will not be like this. They are selected, that means that if you look at each state, the ruling party of each state gubernatorial happen to be where the local government chairman come from in that state. Simply put, meaning that if the governor of state A happen to be in political B, all the local government in that state will be from political B.
Is that because often when the governor the governor just exerts a lot of powers? And
it's because of the power given to the executive to appoint the state chairman.
I like where this is. I like where you have gotten the conversation to. So it's time to get a breather. Let's go for a short break. When we return from that short break, we'll get deep into the issues affecting local government autonomy. We went very far to even get to a point where the Supreme Court, we achieved local government autonomy. But here we are still not recording the successes that should be as a ripple effect of that proclamation. We'll be right back after this.
Our first efforts at democracy and self-government were abruptly arrested in the mid-60s, largely as a result of the incongenial atmosphere engendered by the uncompromising stance adopted by the political parties of the First Republic. Thus, opportunities were lost for our people to interact and learn to accommodate different points of view for the betterment of the country. We must not allow that episode to repeat itself. The new system that will have adopted presents us with yet another opportunity to achieve national integration, which is a prerequisite for the building of a strong and virile nation.
Welcome back from that very short break. Like we were discussing before we went on the break, we're discussing local government, strengthening local government autonomy, the issues that are still bedeviling us concerning that. In the studio is Adeyemi Ademuyiwa. Like I said earlier, he's the Southwest Regional Coordinator Budget and a Public Affairs Analyst. Welcome once again. Sorry, I had to cut you there for that short break, but you were talking about the first of all, the fundamental issues that affect local government autonomy. You mentioned the governors as having that resources and financial backbone to exert local government chairman. I just wanted to.
I think because one thing about me is that when we cited a problem out, I love to provide solution to it.
Right.
So I think there is section, because some of the governors in Nigeria always hide under that section in the Nigerian constitution that says that they are part using joint account, which I think Supreme Court has cleared. But I think since they've not effect that thing in the what's it called, constitution, that constitution needs to be amendment. That part needs to be amended because most of the governors hide under it. And like I used to say that the glory that even belongs, there are some governors across this country that they are working. But to me, I'm yet satisfied.
Absolutely.
I'm not yet satisfied. But some people praise them at the expense of their local government chairman.
Okay, but
because the local government chairman are also executive like theirs.
Absolutely.
But if like what I said earlier on, that most local government chair are selected, they are not elected.
Now let's get to that issue of it now goes back to our electioneering process, our democratic process of elections. Why do we still have local government chairmen that are selected in a democratic government where it is very clear individuals should go and flex their muscles, get who know who is most popular, right? But how do the governors, who are often one individuals, how do they achieve this selection? In your words, I mean, I don't live in a bubble, so I know it's the issue.
It's glaring over there. It's glaring over the country that the party that the governor belongs to normally wins all the local government seats.
How does he achieve that? Because
it's achievable.
No. Is it that each time there is a governor, the people are so endeared to this governor that they follow his party?
That one is to low extent. Let us be frank and give justice to that one is to low extent. If you are talking about maybe about the popularity, about the capacity of that governor. No. That is to low extent. The issue is that since the governors are given the power to appoint the state INEC chairman, as the president is also appointing the INEC, we will be having problem with our electionary.
Okay, so in spite of who, I should expect that. I mean, I am a proponent. I advocate for the independence of our electoral.
Yes,
absolutely, there should be independence.
There should be independence.
But the people often forget their place in all of this. I'm asking you now that in spite of whoever sits as heading any strata, be it the SIEC, that's the state INEC or whatever, the people's involvement in all of this, how does the governor achieve it? How is it possible? Because it makes rubbish of the entire election process.
Let me put it this way. At least the last elections we had, both national and state, I happen to be an observer.
Right.
So I see some things around. I observe that the popularity given to the federal and state, to the federal government, maybe federal government, federal rep, senatorial seat, and gubernatorial are more popular than local government.
Oh, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
And many people believe once they cast their vote during the national election and the state election, that's all. That is one. Then the truth is that with the perspective many has towards the local government is also, they always believe that the local government are not effective. So why am I going out to go and vote? And they forget that their vote counts.
True.
So through this channel, they have their way. There is no state government that will have more than half of the local government chairman in their party and will be telling me that they don't have hand in it.
Okay, so let's talk about, a lot of people believe that the lack of autonomy has crippled development, especially in the local government level. Yeah. Can you share practical examples of how this often plays out?
It plays out very well, because if you look at it, let's say there is an issue going on in my community now. It's very easier for me with some other stakeholders within my community to reach out to our local government that this is our problem. But it will not be easy for me to go and meet the governor of the state. Exactly. That is why they call it the governors at the grassroots.
Right.
So that it is we who puts on the shoes, know where it pitches.
Absolutely.
So it's very easier for the citizens at grassroots to engage their local government chair. But when you engage them now, they said they are powerless.
Because the governor has not given the resources.
There was a time, I know there is a local government in which state like that I have a conversation with some of the youth there. I was told that they said the governor of that state is just giving them a token to just do a few projects and to make some payment for the workers.
Salaries.
And that's all. It. That they are limited. Then why are we now? That is what
we have also recorded instances where the state government is angry with a local government chairman and the entire local government suffers for it.
Yes, now see, there is one word that says that where politics stumble, citizens pay dearly. When the premises to each level is not given, or priority to each level is, see, I think I heard the president saying one day that they had to summon all the governors, that is, people are residing in local communities, what is happening to them.
Exactly.
If local communities is developed, there is nothing concern everybody with the federal government, I'm telling you. But if we fail to change this narrative about how this election are being carried out, things will continue like this.
Okay, but let's have a very candid conversation.
Okay.
I have reported instances where local government chairmen themselves would lay flat in respect or reverence, or however you would put it, to their state government. Maybe because, of course, naturally they were brought in there. So there is no need, no sense of responsibility towards the people. Your sense of responsibility and loyalty lies with your governor. We have also had instances where at the apex of the advocacy for local government autonomy, local government chairman told us that, listen, no matter the autonomy that the federal brings and imposes on us, whatever the governor says is what I will do.
Do you know what caused that? Like I said, our local government are not democratic. You will be hearing some people saying that we are just voting, we'll be the one that we match. It is because it's not democratic. And they know that, sorry to say, some of these local government chairman, let me say it, it is, you can only give what you have.
Absolutely.
And some of them know that they emerge through the support of their governor. So they will be loyal. The statement is right, and that's why I say that until we make the local government election to be more democratic, to be more competitive.
No, but how can we do it if the citizens are in themselves? You just mentioned here how the citizens, because of maybe awareness or sometimes even the unfortunate case of interest, they're not interested. They don't even participate and include themselves. Before we can talk about the exclusion, they don't even include themselves in the process. These are local government chairmen that the constitution is wise enough not to give immunity, so that people can hold you accountable. But what are we doing when it comes to citizens active participation?
I think what we do at budget, as part of what we were taught in SPPG, is that we need to bring up high level advocacy to create awareness with the synergy with let's say NOA in each state and the different stakeholders, CSO, CBOs, and all faith NGOs, to ensure that the information is fast spread across. Even all our religious leaders, they need to be inclusive. That when you see, if you are saying that you don't want to join them, you don't want any law or anything they bring to bring on the public, we bind on you.
Right.
So that is why it's even advisable for the youth to join any of political parties with the national interest.
Absolutely.
So that if you are in party A, you are in party B, you are pushing, irrespective of this thing has to be done in our community.
Exactly.
So when we have a common goal, we have development. But if people are not, there's something that pains me most during election, even the national election. You will see the most of youth we have in Nigeria sitting at the right corner of their house now analyzing
on social media.
Social media. They will not come, and at the end of the day, they will be saying that all these our old mamas are being used instead of them to come en mass. Sure, you get it. So inclusiveness of we believe that it is agreed that most youths are not encouraged the way situation is. But we are the one that is going to change the narrative. Without synergy, without cooperation, without inclusiveness, this thing cannot be done. That is why it's a clear call for everybody to participate.
So how do we ensure it? I mean, during the just concluded national elections, I was very excited. I thought we would see that social media conversation translates to participation, like physical participation, where young people actually go, not necessarily young people, but people actually go there to vote. But we recorded that unfortunate number of turnout. Yes. So how do we ensure it? Because when we do this social media physical advocacy, you actually see young people engage with you, and it's right. But on election day, they just concluded off-season local government elections in Lagos and all of that. Young people, we recorded people playing football.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they took advantage of the shutdown to have a good time. They were just
they are not interested.
Everything but vote. They did everything, enjoying themselves, and when media people approached them to say, why are you not interested? They said, within the local government, especially because it's not the president. It's not. But the quality of air you breathe this is determined by the quality of your primary schools, the gutters. Yeah, it's determined by your local government chairman. So how do we change this narrative? What's the effective means or strategy we should now deploy? That would forget the engagement on social media. You and I, after this election, know that it is absolutely not worth working. It's not effective.
I think we need to domesticate some of the strategy we use. Maybe when local government election is going to carry out, maybe in a local government or in a state whereby they have different, you need to put advertisement on local language, on billboard, where everybody can understand, even on the radio station, where they be playing jingles,
right?
So that everybody will be aware, and there's need for the jingle to be including that the vote is your right, the vote is your voice. See, there is need for perseverance when you are doing something. Good things don't come easy. Even all these advanced countries we are talking about, that people, Japan, they also face some things like this, and they overcome it. So if we fail to face it now, we are postponing to the coming generation. So there is need for that synergy, and to ensure that even to the vulnerable people, everybody must be inclusive, everybody must be aware, everybody must be engaged. I'm not talking of use their mother dialect to engage them. Using even the so-called people with disability, engage them very well, because that is another case, people with disability. So everybody, so far you are nationals of this country, must have must have avenue to be engaged, so that to know the do's and don'ts of voting.
It reminds me of a bill that was introduced by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, some time ago, where he was pushing for mandatory voting for the majority of Nigerians in voting age. While it may look like a very stringent bill, where you can't go to jail or have to pay a fine if you are found not to have voted, if it is determined that you did not vote and you had the opportunity, you weren't ill or whatever.
Okay.
I remember that civil society went against that. But we are having fundamental issues where Nigerians are becoming more disillusioned, and
Yes.
it's reflecting in their participation in not just in governance, but the voting, which is the selection process. So if you have to, maybe, would you like to go for that bill or not? What would be your suggestion? Is there a way we could have like a middle place?
I want you to revise that bill.
The bill where it is mandatory to vote or go to jail or pay fine.
I think is that is too harsh.
Okay, you think it's too harsh?
It's too harsh. I know why that bill comes up, because it shows that people are not showing interest, and they are looking at how can they do so that people can participate. That
Absolutely.
Some are shouting that voting can't. So for some people to know that your vote counts, I think there's a way they can just bend.
Okay, so what's the middle place?
There are some people that they are, even you might have the interest to vote, and you don't own yourself.
Absolutely.
Something just happened.
No, it's captured. It's captured. I mean, if you're too ill to vote, if you can prove that you're too ill to vote, or any important issue that is not letting you vote, you're not in the country. Yes.
Or you know that there are some places that they are hard to reach area.
Of course.
As before the ballot boxes or what have you get there, even some people have finished vote.
But I always,
there are some places that even this ballot box didn't get there. In this local government.
I question that. I always question that, because when the local government candidates, the local government chairman candidates and councillors, or the entire local government structure, when they were contesting for elections, has had to reach as those places where they got there. When NEPA bill, I remember when NEPA bill wants to reach you, no matter how hard to reach you are reached for all of that.
It's the fault of the government, or fault of the INEC.
And is it fault of the INEC, or it is a coordinated? It's a coordinated
my sister.
plan.
Let me put it this way: before you venture to a particular process, you need to do your feasibility study.
Exactly.
With the data. Maybe by the ward or by the local government. You must the data. Okay, maybe they have the data of the people that they register. They must know the data of the people. How many wards? How the wards look like? So they must factor all these things.
It's very embarrassing when you hear that. Because of logistical issues, INEC materials were unable to get there and get there in time, because we often have 4 years to prepare.
Yeah.
It's very embarrassing that INEC is getting to a polling unit the day.
And I think
it's getting to know about a polling unit the day of an election.
Should I say the lack of the personnel or what have you? Because at times
no, Nigeria spends so much. I don't have this.
I'm not talking about
in
finances.
Not just personnel, but in ad hoc personnel that man elections.
Maybe you are talking about the channel from the government, from the INEC to the people. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Is it that they lack a good and quality personnel that channel these materials? Because at times I see it as if it's intentionally done.
I feel like it's intentional, or a leadership breakdown.
So and it has to be checkmate. It has to be corrected, because people complain. You see, that's one of the reasons many citizens fail to come out, because they believe that during the last election there is complaint about a particular phenomenon, and at the end of the day maybe they took it to the court and then everything just went under the carpet. All those things can't. So that's why I say that we will not relent by advocating, by persuading people to come out and vote, because we have to be included.
Right. Okay, so I'm happy you have also alluded to this, but it's time to talk solutions, and we'll go for yet another very quick break. When we come back, it will be time to get into the conversation and talk solutions, what you should do, what the media should do, stakeholders. Political parties have forgotten their role in so we would get into all of that. Stay with us. We will be right back to discuss more.
Our first efforts at democracy and self-government were abruptly arrested in the mid-60s, largely as a result of the incongenial atmosphere engendered by the uncompromising stance adopted by the political parties of the First Republic. Thus, opportunities were lost for our people to interact and learn to accommodate different points of view for the betterment of the country. We must not allow that episode to repeat itself. The new system that will have adopted presents us with yet another opportunity to achieve national integration, which is a prerequisite for the building of a strong and virile nation.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language, but we all belong to the same nation by the divine will of God. We did not choose to be Nigerians. Nigeria chose us. This nation is our divine heritage, and if we open our eyes, we would realize that what divides us pales in comparison to what unites us. And by the comparison and conciliation of our differences, we will grow until our differences disappear. Our unity cannot be willed by mere declarations, nor do we get unity by ignoring the questions that beg for answers. We must celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing our unity. Our strength is not in our numbers, but in our unity, because even the weak become strong when united. Nigeria unite.
This message is brought to you by Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, owners and operators of ASO Radio 93.5 FM Abuja, ASO Television DSTV Channel 392, Star Times Terrestrial Channel 127, Free TV Channel 507, People's TV Channel 285, and UHF Channel 38.
If you're just joining us, we've been discussing strengthening local government. We've taken the conversation to all the issues that abound, and now we have gotten to solutions. How can we ensure that we can strengthen our local government autonomy, ensure grassroots participation and grassroots development that, by the way, the local government was established to achieve? That's the conversation we're having, and in the studio to do all of that is Adeyemi Ademuyiwa. He is the Southwest Regional Coordinator Budget and a political analyst. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Right, now solutions. First of all, I think we should start with the media. How can the media do more in ensuring this kind of this autonomy is efficient and effective?
Yeah, I think media houses also have a role to play. I know there are a lot of media houses that they are commercial, but irrespective of that, for the betterment of the populace, when it should not be done. The problem we have about that is that we always limit the proclamation during, maybe prior to election. So sensitizing people should not be meant for election period only. Right. It will be often, maybe once in a week or twice in a week, doing jingle. Let people know their fundamental right, the reasons. And the reasons are not far-fetched. People know that you vote for your voice, you have fundamental. And there is what we call that, there is something we call a triangular pillar of democracy. So it really also helped that, because what's that triangular pillar of democracy mean?
I think you just learned this with this school of politics.
No. I know that before.
Because you've been using terms.
No. It's because that is purpose of being governed.
Absolutely.
We citizens are demand side. The government is supply side, and we have also a regulatory body. That is what we call triangular. Once I, as a citizen, I'm paying my due, I'm paying tax, and I'm obeying all the rules and regulation, it is obligation for the government to ensure it provide me security and basic amenities to ensure that I have a good life. So those are the things. That is why I talk about.
Don't mind me. I just
now that is one. Then, like I said, that we need to localize the language of communicating with people at grassroots, or other way of communicating at grassroots, so that people will know. Then, if you have any stakeholders, like what some NGOs does, they go to some community, ask for when they have their community meeting. Through that, like what we do in budget, we go to community, we sensitize them, how they should be conversant with what government pays as per federal allocation committee, how they can engage their federal rep, their state rep, how they can let their voice heard. So all those sensitization must not be limited to prior general election. Absolutely. It has to be a periodic something with enemies. Just ensure that you are communicating with the people at grassroots. You know, some people at grassroots, when you communicate, you are using English, you are not communicating. But get the people that understand, but if you don't understand their language, Absolutely. Get the people that understand their language, let them know.
But it shouldn't be rocket science. I mean, if anywhere in the world, when you get to a place you can't even speak, they get you a translator.
Yeah. I'm just talking about going to the villages.
Yes, I mean, in this instance, you don't even need to hit your head on the wall. It's in a village where I'm sure there's somebody there who can speak English. There are teachers.
But it depends on the time.
No, but they are teachers. They are academics from any village. There is a primary school that
but there are some villages that I know what I'm talking about, because I'm a field researcher.
Yes.
So there's a village where
there is nobody there that speaks English.
It's possible.
I do not agree with you. That part I do not agree.
It may possible. Why I said that. Some people, they are living in this village. Where they are working is very far.
Those people who live in a different village and have to work in this village often can only work because they understand that dialect.
No, what I'm saying that it depends on timing. Because I have some people working in different angle.
Right.
So what I'm saying that maybe time.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying.
So that's for the media. That's for the media. The media should do more in educating people using the.
It's not only media.
Right.
The stakeholders.
Now let's go to stakeholders. In fact, stakeholders. Let's be specific. As to political parties.
I will talk about them later. But let's come to stakeholders. Let's come to religions. In fact, the stakeholders can even engage all these chief imam, all the pastors about the governance. That we have a project we do in budget as well. We call it for God for country.
Right.
Where we go to the mosque, we go to the churches to sensitize people. We go to any youth gathering to sensitize youth, to let them know why their participation in governance is required. Important. Because if you don't participate in governance, whatever you are doing about your economic activities will be mitigated. Right. We give them the reason, because when we are talking about what create enabling environment for business and everything to strive, we talk of road, we talk of education, we talk of health, permanent care, we talk of power and everything. And if these things are not in place, there is no business activities that want to engage and strive. So we give them the reason.
But for some of us, we have some sort of, I'm unsure how to feel when religious leaders use the pulpit for politics, talks of politics. So how do you do it? Because giving the religious leaders that opportunity also gives them an opportunity to, we've seen campaigns, absolute campaigns. We saw during these past elections, we saw projections that swayed. I was very disgusted, and I'm not even mincing words, when some religious leaders stood in a pulpit. And me, I am very much strong about, people are here for worship. Spare them politics. They see it is a reality they have to face. They cannot avoid it. So when they come for worship, give them the opportunity to worship the Almighty, the Creator. But we often see where it was a campaign, active campaign from Daddy G.O., who thinks because he believes in a certain candidate, he will use that opportunity to sway his congregation. It was a campaign. It wasn't even an objective conversation. It was a campaign for certain individuals. I think, and we saw that across. So how do you manage it so that you don't inadvertently push them towards that once again, where they now say, oh yeah, participate, and when you do participate, vote for Adeyemi? Actually, when we are talking about sensitizing people at the maybe church or mosque, what we do at budget, we don't even mention political parties. Oh, absolutely. I know. Talk less of name. So what I'm saying here says that it's true, because we need, at times, if you engage some pastor or imam or whatever, we let them know everything we have to do. We have to do it with all fairness and just. So you cannot use the avenue of the church to now be saying you want to come because this person is from your church. Now mentioning, if another people in the congregation has another candidate in his mind, you cannot change his mind. Absolutely. And we know that all these our leaders in church and mosque, they have strong affiliations and alignment, affiliation, and they have what do I put that whenever they do something, people align with them. So funders, you mean? Supporters. People see them as so I can say that to me as well, I don't support that in a church or in a mosque we are campaigning for a particular, but that's why I said that this is what we do. I know my belief might be different from your own belief. So what we do is that we continue, it's part of the sensitization as well, that our religious leaders, they should not do because this person is their church or is their mosque, be mentioning it. But what they should be doing is that the church of God, the brethren in the mosque, during election, do your own feasibility study and ensure you go out and cast vote for the person from your mind. Don't sell your vote. Don't compromise your vote, because if you compromise your vote, that means you are compromising the future of the country. Exactly. No matter, even if the person you voted for did not emerge, you have satisfied your conscience. So that's what we preach, and that's what we let the clergy both this thing to know that no, I understand you. So that's how I go in religious, and I think with stakeholders as well. We also make use of community engagement. I think I have made mention community engagement to sensitize people. Though people are not happy again, people are not having any interest again, but we'll continue perseverance. We'll continue let them know, are you happy with the state at which the country is? If you are not, you are even contributing, because if you are in a good right or net of in terms of health, and you have your voter's card, and on the election day you should not go out to vote, you too are doing damage to the country. Absolutely. You are doing damage to the country. Absolutely. You are saying that you are supporting the thing to continue. So, but you know, the more the thing are getting competitive, anybody that gets into the power will take it seriously, will not take it right. Don't forget, when we are talking of development, a country can build a sustainable economy and growth when we have the people with character, competence,
and capacity in every block to block. The block make the whole. But we're having people of good quality in local council, local government, state. That is when we can build the nation. So everything boils down to the foundation, to the grassroots.
Exactly. So we have just about 2 minutes to go. I would like you to now address the contribution of the political parties and the masses. Wow,
that's great. I think most of the dents we have in our country today is to some extent, to larger extent, lies in the hands of the political party structure, because I see our political party structure as very flexible and sometimes not rigid. What I'm saying is that there are some set of the candidates within a party that they knows everything about the affairs of the country. But some people, because they have the money, they spend 10 years abroad, they come down here, bring money. You will see the political chairman telling the next candidate, you need to step down. Then you go for the next time. All those things corrupt.
Exactly.
That is because, see, some of the people we see in the ends of affairs, either federal rep, state rep, state rep, and local government chairman. That is why I'm sorry to say they don't have anything to offer. And it is only an empty barrel that shouts. You can't give what you don't have. You don't know the problem of the people. You don't have your data. You don't have everything. You don't have what it takes. And they take you put you there. When money comes, you squander it because you know how to use it. But when you have the, it's just in economics. They will say production will come before demand. Absolutely. No, demand will come before production. Right. You will know what people are demanding before you start producing. But they place you there without having it.
But these individuals are voted in. Are voted in by you and I.
That's what I'm saying. Right. I'm not saying that because people are saying. That's why some people are saying that they don't think our election. People are even countering this IREV or what have you. That is another story, another conversation entirely. So, but what we bring the mindset of the people towards is the political party need to be strong. Okay, so what is going on now? I don't want to make mention of for some of our leaders now. Cross carpeting. Is it that they don't have loyalty to their party?
Of course, it doesn't serve their personal interest at every time. So
when you see somebody crossing from 1, 2, 3, 4, and people will still go ahead and vote for some person.
Yeah.
So that means that I don't know how that can be done. The structure of our political party in Nigeria need to be re-strategized. What they are giving out is not good. Some people are there for their own personal thing. Even some of them are the one giving direction to all these political persons, all these people in the city. Because they will be telling you that we are the one that brought you to this. We are the one that asked somebody to step down for you. This is what I don't want to make mention. I had some rep.
We really are running out of time.
Some rep that each political party chairman of the world under the local government is representing her, telling her that she should be placed them on monthly salary.
Wow.
In the wage war. So what the political party are making a lot of problem for this country, and they need to be questioned. What is their purpose? What do they stand to gain?
Okay.
If they are well solidified, they know their vision and mission, Nigeria will not be like this.
Will be better. Thank you so much for your contributions this morning.
I'm happy, very happy.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that you who have watched us have learned a thing or two concerning how you too can participate and ensure local government deliver grassroots development to everyone. It starts and ends with you. If you do not participate massively, elections can be we could now see obviously the flaws. If we have massive participation, we will not we often talk about how our elections are hijacked. It can't be hijacked when majority is right there.
Yeah.
It takes you participating. If your local government chairman or whatever administrative leader is not working, if one person is talking, it may be drowned. But if a lot of people put their foot down and petition, we would see that development that we seek. So it begins and ends with your participation. And thank you so much for being part of today's edition of ASO Morning. I have had a wonderful time. Thank you so much, Adeyemi Ademuyiwa, also for being part of the program as well.
I'm happy. Very, very happy.
Until next time when you visit Abuja, or we could do, we would try to reach you virtually. Thank you once again.
A pleasure. Thank you.
So this is where we end today's edition of the program. Have yourself a wonderful day.